So, admittedly, it's been a little bit of a rough time for Xbox users lately. The other day I did a video and was talking about how if you were in the alpha skip ahead, you were facing an awful lot of problems in terms of, what you could play and things like that. And it was resetting consoles, factory resetting and things. That's never a great thing. And when you kind of look at it, you kind of look forward and go, okay, well, what in the world is happening to Xbox right now? It's not a good thing. It's not something that many of us have kind of experience with. Because it's been a long time since we've dealt with a console that was kind of, maybe on the way out, and that's what a lot of people think the Xbox is right now. Just something on the way out, and there's not really anything to say that, hey, that's not happening, right? Like, that's just honestly the way the world is working right now. And it's such a strange thing because, like I said, it's been such a long time since that's happened with the Dreamcast, and the internet wasn't as crazy of a place at that particular time with social media and all that kind of stuff. So, it is a little bit of a different situation than what we're used to. And like I said, this isn't good news. But I want to get into it. Hey, I'm Crap Gamer. This is Crap Gamer Reviews with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I certainly appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate that as well. You guys have been amazing. I do daily gaming content. That's something that I have been enjoying for a long time. So if you guys are looking for fun yet informative, hey, that's what I do. So, hey, that's kind of what the fun about all this stuff is. And, I've been really, really enjoying doing that. Now, here's the thing. So, this is like an optionary update, right? But not only is the firmware stuff affecting, like the alpha skip ahead stuff affecting Xboxes in a negative way and resetting Xboxes, but the controller update is doing a lot of bad things as well. Microsoft is not having a good week with its Xbox firmware updates. Just a little while after the latest Insider update reportedly reverted consoles back to their factory settings, Microsoft has acknowledged that the new firmware for Xbox wireless controllers has caused some problems with Bluetooth connectivity and performance. In an update on the Xbox support site, Microsoft specifies that the Xbox wireless controllers firmware update is specifically causing some issues with older non-Xbox devices. Microsoft's suggestion is that if players are having trouble with their controller Bluetooth connectivity, then they should revert the controllers to a previous firmware. A follow-up message on social media indicates that Xbox support is looking for a more permanent solution. Microsoft said, "We're aware of an issue with Xbox wireless controllers 5.23.5.0 firmware update. Our teams are actively working on a solution. In the meantime, players can revert their controller firmware by following the steps provided below." So, you have to revert your, what you were doing or whatever the case may be. So, yeah, that's kind of a weird situation to kind of be in or whatever the case may be. Again, this is not a good piece of news. As annoying as the issue may be, it pales in comparison to the adverse effects of the Insider updates, where users reported that the firmware did not erase the games that they had, but everything else was essentially starting over from scratch. Ironically, that Insider update was meant to fix a minor issue regarding the way players view their Xbox profiles. Entirely erasing those profiles was an unintended consequence. And this is the problem with Xbox lately, right? So we look at Xbox and we go, okay, they're trying to do this, they're trying to do that, they're trying to do too many things, right? And when you try to do too many things without being the master of at least one thing, you start to make issues, and you start to have issues and problems and things like that. So that is the kind of thing that we're dealing with right now as Xbox fans, is that this is the company that wants us to, try to to believe that, hey, they're going to deliver these great experiences and their hardware is going to be great and they're going to have, software for all of us and all this kind of stuff. They want us to believe all of this, but they're not, but they can't even get simple updates and things working properly. And I think that is a huge issue kind of in and of itself, and a big problem that Microsoft has. It's like they want everybody to trust them. Hey, trust us with your libraries. Hey, trust us with this. Trust us with that. And then when you look at it from where we've kind of see things at right now, like there's no reason to really trust them. It's really an unfortunate situation because you really should not trust this company at all right now. The issue shouldn't affect players who are part of the Insider program. For players who are in the program, they can choose to leave the preview. Presumably, the final version of Xbox Insider won't have the same issues, but it's still testing phase. So yeah, I would say like, hey, don't test anything for Microsoft at this point. So, like I said, anything can happen. And it usually does, and it never really paints Microsoft in a great picture, going forward as this company that, hey, we should trust with, our libraries, with our gaming stuff, with this, that, the other thing. Realistically, it doesn't make sense to do that at all. Listen, I would very much like to understand what Microsoft's thought process is, but, for right now, it is sort of weird because we're sort of looking at this and going, man, this company really does expect people to believe in them and have faith in them and to think, hey, they're going to be doing, doing these other things, but to me, it's just, this whole thing just reeks because, obviously it's a little bit of, do they even care? Like, if they don't care enough about the platform, the console, to have proper updates and to vet these updates, like, I realize that people that are in the preview program are going to have issues sometimes, but they shouldn't have issues that are going to wipe out their entire platform. That never made much sense to me, for that to be the case or to be an issue. So, it is a little bit disheartening when you see that kind of stuff come up, and this company still wants you to believe in them and to trust them and to go, hey, everything's great, everything's awesome. And I just, for me, that doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense. I hope that in the future, some things can kind of change where they actually do care about the platform itself, because right now it just honestly just does not feel that way. And as an Xbox fan, you just kind of have to scratch your head a little bit and just wonder, what's next, like what's going to happen next time, you know what I mean? Like, that's going to be the big problem. Like, and not just like what's going to happen next, it's like the entire Xbox itself is like in this weird situation where people do not trust the brand at all. And if you don't trust the brand, how is it going to do anything, right? Some people will still try to convince me that exclusives don't sell consoles, and despite the fact that you can look at the Switch being extremely successful with everything that they've had, and that's like basically an exclusive machine, because really the only third-party stuff that thing gets is mostly like way later and lesser versions. So it's the exclusives that sell the Switch. You look at the PlayStation, people buy PlayStations because the exclusive situation with those games, and that's something that people have to kind of pay attention to, is that the exclusives absolutely do sell consoles. And it's not even just exclusives, it's like perception, brand perception. Like, PlayStation has a great brand perception. People trust them because they've been doing it for so long, and they always deliver, even if they have slow times. Like right now, they're having really, really slow time and a bad time with the first party games. But at the same point, people will trust them to deliver, great games and things like that. In the future, and that's, I think, what kind of separates them from Xbox, because Microsoft is, will very quickly change directions and very quickly, kind of make sure that, that people don't know what the hell they're going to do next. And that's a big problem going forward. You have to be able to have some kind of normalcy there. People have to feel like, their investment is safe. They have to feel like, they made the proper choice with their investment and things like that. And I just don't think anybody feels that way with Xbox right now. It's unfortunate, but it's just the truth. God's honest truth. It's like, if you buy an Xbox, how can you be sure that you're going to be able to, like, say you buy an Xbox Series X right now, right? Those things are still $500 plus tax, so you're putting $550 out. You start buying disc-based games, right? Physical games. What percentage do you think those are going to work next gen? Right? Even if Microsoft does do a new console, they're probably not going to do one with a disk drive. So whatever you're buying is going to be useless at that particular point. So yeah, it's a bad look. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching. Rack 'em up. Crap Gamer out.